Hello everyone, I welcome you all once again back to the another interesting session on transition course from Sri Chaitanya Academy. This is Lalita Devi, senior math faculty, and coming to the today's class, we are going to discuss about the another topic that is related to the coordinate geometry, which is nothing but equation of a straight line. So coming to our grade 10, we have already studied about the straight line, and there we have already learned that the straight line will be represented in the form of a general equation, which is nothing but your ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Okay, now we will discuss about what are the various forms of representing the same straight line, and then after we will discuss about finding the distance between the line between the given line from a given point, and then after we will discuss about the distance between the given two parallel lines. Okay, now first of all, let's see what are the various forms of the straight line. So coming to the first one is our most general form, which is nothing but our ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Now moving to the next, we will be having the point slope form. In our previous class, we have discussed about the slope, right? Slope of a straight line, and what are the various ways to find the slope of a straight line. Now we can represent the equation of a straight line, like we can represent the straight line with the help of the slope in the form of y minus y naught equals to m into x minus x naught. So here you need to observe that we are having a straight line which is having the slope m, and it passes through the given point x naught comma y naught. Okay, so what are these x naught and y naught means? X naught and y naught are the coordinates of a point that lies on that line. Okay, now if you observe here clearly, so see, learning the formula will be easy, but you must be know what are the terms we are having in the formula. Okay, without knowing the terms, whenever we are having the subjective problems, like if you are having the application based problems, from there you need to convert the required values, right? So for that reason, you must be very well know about the terms that we are having in the formula. Now if you observe here clearly, m is nothing but the slope of that line, and x naught and y naught are the coordinates of the point that lies on the line. Okay, now coming to here 2-point form. It means if they are asking you to find the equation of a straight line which is passing through the given 2 points with the coordinates of x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2, it means they gave the coordinates of the 2 points and they are asking you to find the equation of a straight line that is passing through the given 2 points. Then we are going to use the formula of y minus y1 by y2 minus y1 equals to x minus x1 by x2 minus x1. Okay, so now this is how we are going to solve. This is how we are going to find the equation of a straight line. Now moving to the next is the slope-intercept form. So most of us will be having a doubt, what is the intercept? So how can we visualize the intercept? Now if you take your coordinate Cartesian plane, so here it is your x-axis and here it is your y-axis. Okay, now coming to here, I am just having a random line which is passing through some of the point. Okay, now this line is having the y-intercept, like it is having the perpendicular distance, that is nothing but your y-intercept. Okay, so that we are going to consider it as the c. Clear? Now coming to here, coming to the slope-intercept form, we will be going to learn about the two cases. That is nothing but if you are having y-intercept, which is the value of your c, and if you are having your x-intercept, which is the value of b, then our equations will be differ. Like for y-intercept, it will be of your y equals to mx plus c, where once again your m is nothing but the slope. Okay, and coming to the next one. Coming to the next one is your m into x minus b. Okay, now coming to the next one, if you are having both x-intercept and y-intercept, then we can find the equation of this straight line with the help of x by a plus y by b equals to 1. Okay, so these last form we are going to consider as the intercept form of the equation. Slope-intercept means we will be taking only the shortcut, which is nothing but your y equals to mx plus c if we are having the y-intercept. Okay, So we have already used the same thing in our previous class, right? Like how we got the slope intercept also we learned. That is nothing but your ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Now by will be equals to minus ax minus c, and coming to here y will be your minus a by b x minus c, right? So these already we learned in our previous class, from where we got our slope. If we are having the straight line in the form of a general equation, then we will get minus a by b. Okay, now moving to the next, we will discuss about how to find the perpendicular distance to a line from a given point. So now we are having the equation of a straight line, which is nothing but ax plus by plus c equals to 0, and from the point of x1 comma y1 you need to find the perpendicular distance to that line. It is given by mod of ax1 plus by1 plus c1 by root of a square plus b square. And coming to the next one, we are just going to find the distance between the given two parallel lines. It means if you are having the parallel lines in the form of your ax1 plus by1 plus c1 equals to 0, okay, then what is the line which is parallel to this one will become? So the same line, it means we will be having our coefficients of x and y will be same, but our constant will be changing. Okay, now the distance between these two lines will be given by modulus of c2 minus c1 by root of a square plus b square. Now coming to the another important thing, see, coming to here, if I am having a Cartesian plane, and this is my y-axis and this is my x-axis. Now I am having a line which is falling on my x-axis, okay, or which is parallel to my x-axis. Then what is the y-intercept will be? Y-intercept will be 0, right? Now for the straight line which is having the gradient m passing through the horizon. So if you are having a line which is passing through the horizon and the gradient m, then we will be having the equation as the y equals to mx. Okay, now let's solve the first question. Find the equation of this straight line path of a moving point such that its distance from two lines 3x minus 2y equals to 5 and 3x plus 2y equals to 5 are equal. If you observe here clearly, they gave the two straight lines for, they gave the two lines for us, and they are saying that we are having a point which is equidistant from both the lines. Okay, it means from the point to the line L1. So consider the given first line as the L1. So let L1 is 3x minus 2y equals to 5 and L2 is 3x plus 2y equals to 5. Okay, now they are saying that we are having a point which is equidistant from your L1 and at the same time which is equidistant from your, the distance between the L1 and the point are same, and the distance between the L1 and point 2 are same. Okay, so now let point P which is of h comma k. Okay, why I am using the different variables means already we are having x and y. So in order to make it simple, I am taking h comma k. Now they gave that we are having the distances are equal. So I can take my, so from point to the line, so that becomes your 3h minus 2k minus 5 by root of 3 square plus of minus 2 square. Okay, so which is equals to modulus of 3h plus 2k minus 5 modulus of by root of 3 square plus of 2 square. Okay, so we can cancel 3 square plus of minus 2 square and 3 square plus of plus 2 square. Okay, now here we are going to use the property of modulus. So what it will become? It will become, one of the condition will be our 3h minus 2y minus 5. So it means our RHS will be equals to 3h minus 2y minus 5 will be equals to positive value of your LHS. So that becomes your 3y plus 2k minus 5. Okay, or we will be having the negative also. That becomes your 3h minus 2y minus 5 equals to minus of 3y plus 2k minus 5. Now just simplify it. So coming to here 3h and 3h will get cancelled. Okay. Now coming to here once again minus 5 and minus 5 will get cancelled. So now minus 2k. Crossing equals to it will become your 4k equals to 0. Now k equals to 0 we got. Okay. Now moving to the next. So this is your, so it is your k and it is your h. So that becomes your 3h minus 2k minus 5 equals to minus 3h minus 2k plus 5. Okay. Now coming to here, what we will get? We will get minus 3h crossing equals to it will become your 3h plus 3h, and minus 5 crossing equals to it will become plus 5, and minus 2k you can cancel it, right? Now that becomes your 5 plus 5. So now 6h equals to 10 and h equals to 10 by 6. So where h equals to 5 by 3. Okay. Now what are these h and k? H and k are nothing but your x coordinate and y coordinate. So we can get the equations as the x value, which is nothing but your h value is of x by 3 and y value which is of your 0. So these two will become, like you can take your or here. So x equals to 5 by 3 or y equals to 0 can be the equation of this straight line for a point that is moving like equidistant, like we are having the distance from the point to the L1 and L2 are equal. Okay. Now moving to the next. Find the equation of the line passing through the given point and inclined with the x-axis at an angle of 75 degrees. So now here they gave the angle for us and they gave the point for us, right? So they are asking us to find the equation of the line. So how can we find? So we can use the point slope form, right? Now coming to here. So they gave the angle which is nothing but your tan theta which is of your 75 degrees. Okay. So we are having slope m equals to tan theta, right? So now m equals to tan 75. So first of all we need to find the tan 75 value. So m equals to tan of 45 plus 30. Okay. So we can use tan of a plus b. So tan a plus tan b which is nothing but your tan 30 by 1 minus tan a tan b. So tan 45 into tan 30. Okay. Now coming to here, tan 45 value will be 1 by root 3 by 1 minus 1 into 1 by root 3. Okay. That becomes your root 3 plus 1 by root 3 minus 1. Okay. Now here we are having root in our denominator. So just rationalize it. That becomes your root 3 plus 1 whole square by root 3 whole square minus 1 whole square. Okay. So now square and root will get cancelled. So you will get 3 minus 1. Root 3 plus 1 plus 2 root 3 by 2. Okay. So now here it will become your 3 root 3 plus 1 by 2. Understood everyone? So now this is how we are just going to find the m if they gave our tan theta. So here it will be of your root 3 whole square. So that becomes your 3 plus 1 which is nothing but your 4. So this will be your 2 root 3 only and this will be your 4. Now taking 2 common you will get, so here taking 2 common root 3 plus 2. Okay. So finally we got our slope m equals to root 3 plus 2 and they gave the point P which is of 2 comma 3 root 2. Okay. Now here we are going to use the point slope form in order to find the equation. So what that becomes, y minus y naught equals to m into x minus x naught. Okay. So now y minus y naught will be 3 root 2 equals to m is nothing but your root 3 plus 2 into x minus x naught. So that becomes your x minus 2. Okay. Now Here it will be of your y minus 3 root 2, which is equals to root 3 plus 2 into x minus 2 root 3 minus 2 2s are 4. Okay. So now coming to here, we are just going to rewrite the terms. That becomes your root 3 plus 2 into x minus y. Okay. And coming to here, it will become your minus 2 root 3 plus 3 root 2 minus 4, which is equals to 0. Okay. Now coming to here, we are just going to find the slope from the given angle between the line. Okay. Now moving to the next, find the equation of the line passing through the minus 3 comma 5 and perpendicular to the line through the points 2 comma 5 and minus 3 comma 6. They gave the 2 points of your line and they gave 1 point for another line. Like if you consider, we are having a line which is passing through the minus 3 comma 5 as the L1. Okay. And we are having another line which is passing through these 2 points will be your L2. Now what they are saying is L1 is perpendicular to L2. So now if you are having the 2 lines are perpendicular, what about their slope? So let M1 is the slope of line passing through. So if you take passing through minus 3 comma 5. Okay. Now M2 is the line, slope of line passing through given 2 points. Okay. So you can take passing through the points 2 comma 5 and minus 3 comma 6. Okay. Given that our lines L1 and L2 are the perpendicular, so we can take M1 and M2 equals to minus 1. Now find, see we know, we don't know what is the M1. So we can find the M2 from the given 2 points, right? So now M1 will be equals to minus 1 by M2. So where M2 will be given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, right? That becomes your 6 minus 5 by, so your x2 minus x1 minus 3 minus 2. So which is nothing but, so 1 by minus 5. So that becomes your, oh no, somewhere it got mistake. So coming to here, it will become your minus 1 by 5. Now we will be having our M1 equals to minus 1 by M2. So that becomes your M1 equals to minus 1 by 5. So which is nothing but your, so we got the slope as the 5. Okay. So from the given condition, like given 2 lines are perpendicular, we can use the slope formula, which is nothing but if the lines are perpendicular, then product of slopes will be equals to minus 1. So using that property, we got the M1, which is nothing but the slope of the required line as the 5. Okay. And they gave point also, which is nothing but your minus 3 comma 5. Now equation of line will be equals to, so what is the equation of line? That becomes your y minus y naught equals to m into x minus x naught, right? So that becomes y minus 5 equals to 5 into x minus of minus 3. So that becomes your y minus 5 equals to 5x plus 5 3s are 15. Now 5x minus y, and here it is plus 15 and crossing equals to plus 5. So that becomes your 20 equals to 0. Okay. So now the equation of the line which is passing through the given point and perpendicular to the line passing through the given 2 points is your 5x minus y plus 20 equals to 0. Okay. Now moving to the next, find the distance between the parallel lines 3x minus 4y plus 7 equals to 0 and 3x minus 4y plus 5 equals to 0. Okay. So it's very simple, right? They gave the line L1 which is of 3x minus 4y plus 7 equals to 0. Okay. So from this clearly we know what is our ABC. So A value will be your 3 and B value will be your minus 4. and C1 value will be your 7. And coming to the L2, they gave which is of your 3x minus 4y plus 5 equals to 0. Now A value will be 3 and B value will be minus 4 and C2 value will be your 5. Okay. See, whatever the lines they are giving, how can we get to know about the ABC means? Just compare them with the AX plus BY plus C equals to 0. So if you compare the given equations with the general form, then you will get to know what are the ABC values. Okay. Now the first line will be having your C1 and second line will be having your C2. So coming to the distance formula is modulus of C2 minus C1 by root of A square plus B square. Okay. Now modulus of C2 is nothing but your 5 and C1 is nothing but your 7 by root of 3 square plus of minus 4 square. Okay. So now coming to here, you will be getting modulus of minus 2 by root of 9 plus 16, which is nothing but your 25. So you will be getting 2 by root 25. Okay. So which is a very simple question. Now moving to the next, find the distance of your point from the line 3x minus 4y minus 26 equals to 0. So here they are asking us to find the perpendicular distance. So first of all, we are going to take the given line which is of 3x minus 4y minus 26 equals to 0 and given point P which is of 3 comma minus 5. Now the distance will be given by, so you can take AX1 plus BY1 plus C by root of A square plus B square. Okay. So that becomes your modulus of A value is nothing but your 3 into 3 minus 4 into minus 5 minus 26 by root of 3 square plus 4 square. Okay. Now it becomes 3 3s are 9 plus 20 minus 26 by root of 9 plus 16. Okay. So now coming to here, 20 plus 9, 29. 29 minus 26 will give you 3 by root 25. So which is nothing but your 3 by 5. Okay. Now moving to the next, we will solve some more questions, but which are of, in which we will be having the equation of line along with the previous concepts that we have already learned in the coordinate geometry, that is in your previous classes. Okay. Now coming to the first one, let C be the centroid of the triangle with the vertices of 3 comma minus 1 and 1 comma 3 and 2 comma 4. So if you are finding difficulty in the question, then you can just break down the given question into the parts. So coming to the first part, what they are saying, C is the centroid of the given triangle with the vertices. So they gave the 3 vertices and they are saying that C is the centroid. So now what we can take? So given vertices are, which is of 3 comma minus 1 and 1 comma 3 and 2 comma 4. Okay. They are saying that C is the centroid. So now what is the formula to find the centroid? So centroid C of x comma y is given by x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 by y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Okay. Now coming to here, you can take 3 plus 1 plus 2 by 3 by minus 1 plus 3 plus 4 by 3. Clear? So now coming to here, it will become your, so 3 plus 3 6, 6 by 3 2, and here also it was of your 3 plus 3 6, 6 by 3, which is nothing but your 2. So we got the coordinates of the C as the 2 comma 2. Now moving to the second part, let P be the intersection of the lines x plus 3y minus 1 equals to 0 and 3x minus y plus 1 equals to 0. Okay. Now how can we get the coordinates of the P? So P is the intersection of those two lines. It means if you solve those two lines, then you will get your x and y coordinates of the point P. Okay. Now coming to the next one, which is nothing but your x minus x plus 3y minus 1 equals to 0 and 3x minus y plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, so we can eliminate our y, right? So for that reason, first of all, we need to multiply our first equation with the 3. So that becomes your, or you can it will become 3x plus 3 3s are 6y minus 3 equals to 0. Now just write your second equation same. So I am considering this is my first equation and this is my second equation. Clear? Now 1 into 3. So if you are doing your multiplying your first equation with 3. Okay. So if you are multiplying your first equation with 3, you will get 3x plus 3 3s are 9y minus 3 equals to 0. Now 3x minus y plus 1 equals to 0. Okay. Now we need to eliminate our 3x. So that becomes, you can take your subtraction. So it will be of your plus and it will be of your minus. So now it becomes your 10y minus 4 equals to 0. So y equals to 4 by 10. So which is nothing but your 2 by 5. Okay. Now keep the y value in any of the equation to get your x. Now 3x minus 2 by 5 plus 1 equals to 0. Now minus 2 plus 5 plus 3. So 3x plus 3 by 5 equals to 0. Now if you simplify it furthermore, you will get x equals to 3 by 5 minus 3. So 15 minus 3 will give you 12, minus 12 by 5. Okay. Clear everyone? So we got our x coordinates as minus 12 by 5. Okay. So it means we got one of the point P as the minus 12 by 5 and we are having C which is of 2 comma 2. Clear? So we are having the, they are asking us to find the line passing through the point C and P. So here we will be having the 2 points which are nothing but our P and C, and from there we can find the required equation. Okay. So that becomes your line, if you are finding difficulty in applying the formula, then you can take the slope from them. So that becomes your 2 minus, so that is your minus 12 by 5 and it was your 2 by 5. Okay. So you got your y coordinate as the 2 by 5 and x coordinate as the minus 12 by 5. Clear? So now here it will become, you can take whatever the formula you want. So whatever the formula you want means you can find the slope individually and you can place that in the equation also. Otherwise you can use the 2-point form. So if you use the 2-point form, then it will be easy for you to do the calculation. Okay. Now moving to the next. The equations of two sides AB and AC of a triangle are 4x plus y equals to 14 and 3x minus 2y equals to 5 respectively. The point 2 comma minus 4 by 3 divides the third side BC internally in the ratio 2:1. Then the equation of the side BC is. So now here they gave the two of the sides. So coming to here, we are just going to take the triangle ABC, right? And they gave that we are having AB and AC. So here I am taking my A, B and C. AB line they gave already 4x plus y equals to 14. Okay. And AC line they gave 3x minus 2y equals to 5. Okay. Now coming to here, next they are, they have given that the point 2 comma minus 4 by 3 divides the third side in the ratio of 2:1. Now we are having the side BC. Okay. And the point P, if you take 2 comma minus 4 by 3, it is dividing our BC in the ratio of 2:1. Clear? Now I am considering my coordinates of B as the x2 comma y2. You can take x1 comma y1, that would be better. And C you can take it as the x2 comma y2. Okay. Now look at the diagram. So coming to the triangle, B lies on the first line 4x plus y equals to 14. Okay. So B lies on 4x plus y equals to 14. So now what this will become? This will become your 4x1 plus y1 equals to 14. Clear? Now C lies on 3x minus 2y equals to 5. So this becomes your 3x2 minus 2y2 equals to 5. Okay. Now let's see what we will get if we apply the section formula. So that becomes your 2 comma minus 4 by 3 equals to, so you can use mx2. So ratio is m and x2. So that becomes your 2x2 plus, okay, 1x1 x1 by 2 plus 1, which is nothing but your 3. Okay. So here we got 2x2 plus x1 by 3. Okay. Now coming to the y coordinates also, that becomes your 2y2 plus 1 by 3. Now if you equate 2x2 plus x1 by 3 equals to 2, that becomes 2x2 plus 1, plus x1 is equals to 6. Now coming to here, what is our x1 value? X1 value will become 6 minus 2x2. Okay. And coming to the next, y1 and y2 also. So if you simplify, minus 4 by 3 equals to 2y2 plus y1 by 3. Now 3 will get cancelled, so we will get minus 4 equals to 2y2 plus y1. Now take your y1 in terms of your y2. So that becomes y1 equals to minus 4 minus 2y2. Okay. So we got x1 in terms of x2 and y1 in terms of y2. Now place those values in the equation. Why? Because see, here if you bring your two of the equations in x2 or y2 or x1 or y1, then you will get your coordinates easily. Clear? So coming to here, we will be taking our, so 4 into 6 minus 2x2, okay, plus, so you can take your minus common, so that becomes your minus 4 minus 2y2 equals to 14. So if you simplify this, 24 minus 8x2 minus 4 minus 2y2 equals to 14. Okay. Now that becomes your 8x2 plus 2y2. I am taking my minus common. So 2y2 minus 20 minus 14 equals to 0. So that becomes your 8x2 plus 2y2 minus 34 equals to 0. Okay. Now consider this is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2. So if you simplify them, just bring your equation 1 to this side, that becomes your 3x2 minus 2y2 minus 5 equals to 0. Now if you add them, 2y2 cancel and you will get 11x2, and from this you will be getting your minus 39 equals to 0. Okay. So x2 will become your 39 by 11. Understood? Now place your x2 value in any of the equation to get your y2 value. Clear? So like that we are just going to find the coordinates and from there we will get the equation of the line PC. Okay. Now moving to the next. Let A be the point of intersection of the lines 3x plus 2y equals to 14 and 5x minus y equals to 6, and B is the point of intersection of the lines 4x plus 3y equals to 8 and 6x plus y equals to 5. So it is very easy, right? So why? Because if you simplify, like if you solve these two equations, you will be getting your point A, and if you solve the next two equations, you will be getting your point B. So for point A, so we can take for point A, we will be solving the first two equations, that becomes 3x plus 2y equals to 14 and 5x minus y equals to 6. So we can convert this minus y into the 2y. So that becomes your 5 into 2, 10x. Okay. So 10x minus 2y equals to 12, and now 3x plus 2y equals to 14. So if you are finding the small terms, then you can go for the elimination method instead of substitution method. Okay. So minus and plus will get cancelled, so that becomes your 13x, which is equals to your 26. So x equals to 2. Okay. So we got x value as the 2. Now place that x value and you will get your y value. 5 into 2, minus y equals to 6. So 10 minus 6 equals to y. So y equals to 4. Okay. So here we got our y equals to 4. So what are the coordinates of A will be? So A will be having the coordinates as the 2, 4. Okay. Now coming to the next B. So in order to find the B, we need to solve the next two equations. Those equations are your 4x plus 3y equals to 8 and 6x plus y equals to 5. Clear? Now coming to here, so you can multiply your second equation with 3. So we can eliminate the y. So 3 6 are 18x plus 3y equals to 15 and 4x plus 3y equals to 8. Okay. Now it will become your 14x and minus, and 15 minus 8, that becomes your 7. Clear? So x equals to 1 by 2. So we got x value as the 1 by 2. Now place that here. That becomes your 4 into 1 by 2 plus 3y equals to 8. 2 times. Now 3y equals to 8 minus 2, which is nothing but your 6. 3y equals to 6 and y equals to 2. Okay. So the coordinates of point B we got as the 1 by 2 comma 2. Okay. Now they are asking us to find the distance of the point P from the line AB. So first of all we need to find the line that is having, we need to find the line AB. Okay. Then after we can find the distance between the line and the point. Understood everyone? Oh no. So yes, so here we are, we got the required 2 points. Okay, those are nothing but our A and B, and from there we are just going to find the equation of the line, and then after we are going to find the distance. Okay, so now here it becomes, so find the equation y minus y1 by y2 minus y1 equals to, so that becomes your x minus x1 by x2 minus x1. Okay, so instead of that you can take your m into x minus x1 also. Clear? Now coming to here, we will be taking y minus 4 by 2 minus 4, which is equals to x minus 2 by 1 by 2 minus 2. If you simplify this, y minus 4 by minus 2, which is equals to x minus 2 by 1 minus 4, which is nothing but minus 3 by 2. Clear? So minus and minus will get cancelled. So y minus 4 equals to 2 into x minus 2. Okay, and here 3 into y minus 4. So 3y minus 12, which is equals to 2x minus 4. So that becomes 2x minus 3y minus 4 and plus 12. So that becomes plus 8 equals to 0. Clear? So we got the equation of the line AB as the 2x minus 3y plus 8 equals to 0. Now the distance from the point to the line will be given by modulus of AX1. So AX1 means 2 into 5 minus 3 into minus 2 plus 8 by root of 2 square plus of minus 3 square. So 2 5s are 10 plus 6 plus 8 by root of 4 plus 9. So that becomes your 24 by root 30. Clear? So if you want to eliminate your root, you can go for the rationalization, and from there you can eliminate the root also. Now moving to the next. Two sides of a parallelogram are along the lines 4x plus 5y equals to 0 and 7x plus 2y equals to 0. So here they are saying that we are having a parallelogram, and two of those sides are 4x plus 5y equals to 0 and 7x plus 2y equals to 0. if you observe the form of the line, it is in the form of ax plus by, right? It means these two lines will be passing through the origin. So we will be having one of the one of the vertices of the parallelogram as the 0, 0. Clear? Now coming to here, we will be having a parallelogram with the vertex A if I am considering. Okay, so now here it is the B, C and D. Clear? Now we will be having the 4x plus 5y equals to 0 and 7x plus 2y equals to 0. If you simplify them, you will be getting your origin as the solution. So now A is the common vertex, so we will be having those two sides as the adjacent sides of the parallelogram. Now that becomes 4x plus 5y equals to 0. And another one is 7x plus 2y equals to 0. Okay. Next, if the equation has one of the diagonal as the 11x plus 7y equals to 9. So now tell me, is this diagonal is linked with the, is related to the vertex A or not? No. Why? Because here we will be having the constant. So how can we say that? Means here we are having the constant. So 0, 0 will be not possible, right? So for that reason, we are going to take the other diagonal, which is nothing but our BD. Okay. In order to, that becomes your 11x plus 7y equals to 9. Okay. Why we are not taking AC means? AC means it should be passing through your origin 0, 0. Right? But here if you take your x as 0 and y as 0, the equation is not satisfied. That's the reason the given diagonal is not is of AC. It is the diagonal BD. Clear everyone? Now moving to the next. Then the equation of the other diagonal is, so they gave the equation for the one diagonal and they are asking us to find the equation of the other diagonal. So in order to find the another diagonal, we must need the one of the point that is joining A and C, right? So here they gave that the quadrilateral is the parallelogram. It means the diagonals bisect each other. It means they will be having the same midpoint. So if we find the midpoint of the BD, okay, if we find the midpoint of BD, that also will become the midpoint of your AC. Okay. So in order to find the midpoint of BD, we must know the coordinates of the B and D. Okay. Now, if you solve your, so consider this is your L1 and this is your L2 and this is your L3. Now, on solving L1 and L3, so on solving your L1 and L3, you will be getting your point D, and on solving your L2 and L3, you will be getting your point B. Okay. Now, so point D will be given by so solving L1 and L3. Okay. Now take the lines 4x plus 5y equals to 0. And another one is your 11x plus 7y equals to 9. So from this, if you want, you can take your x value also. But instead of that, we can just do the cancellation. Like you can multiply this equation with 7. So 7 4s are 28x plus 35y equals to 0. And multiply your 11x plus 7y equals to 9 with 5. Okay, so multiplied with 5 and multiplied with 7. 55x plus 35y equals to 45. Okay, now simplify them. So coming to here, you will be getting 55x plus 35y equals to 45, and another equation is your 28x plus 35y equals to 0. Okay. Now, if you do the subtraction, 35y will get cancelled. Okay. So, now coming to here, 27x which is equals to 45. So, x equals to 45 by 27. So, 9 5s are 45 and 9 3s are 27. So, x we got as the 5 by 3. Okay. So, what is our x value? So, you can represent here the coordinates of the D, you can take it as the x1 comma y1, and B you can take it as the x2 comma y2. Okay. So here our x1 value will become 5 by 3. Okay. Now take your x value and keep it in any of the equations so that you will get your y value. So now taking your x1 as the 5 by 3 and keep it in 4x. So 4 into 5 by 3 plus 5y equals to 0. Now 5y will be equals to minus 20 by 3. So 5 will be cancelling. So y equals to minus 4 by 3. Okay. So coming to here, we got our y value as the minus 4 by 3. So what are the coordinates of the d? We got minus 4 by 3 and 5 by 3. So d values we got as the 5 by 3 and minus 4 by 3. Clear? Now we are going to solve the equations L2 and L3 in order to get the b. So coming to here, it will be of your 7x plus 2y equals to 0. Multiply with 7. Okay, so that becomes your 49x plus 14y equals to 0. And moving to the next equation, 11x plus 7y equals to 9. Okay, so now multiply with 7. So that becomes your 77x plus, instead of 7 you can multiply with 2. Why? Because here we need to eliminate, so that becomes your 22x plus 14y equals to 18. Clear? Now if you solve them, 49x plus 14y equals to 0 and 22x plus 14y equals to 18. Now 14y will get cancelled and 49 minus 22, that becomes your 27x, which is equals to minus 18. So x equals to minus 18 by 27. Okay, 9 table 2 times and 9 table 3 times. So x value we got as the minus 2 by 3. Fine. Now keep your x value in any one of the equation so that we can get the y value. So our y value will be, so keep that in our 7x plus 2y. So 7 into minus 2 by 3 plus 2y equals to 0. So 2y equals to 14 by 3. Okay. So minus crossing equals to will become plus. Now 2 will cancel 14 for 7 times. So y we got as the 7 by 3. Okay. Now coming to here, we got our x and y values for our b also. So d is having the coordinates of 5 by 3 comma minus 4 by 3, and b is having the coordinates of x value is the minus 2 by 3 comma y value is the 7 by 3. Okay. Now what we need to do? We need to find the midpoint. So our midpoint O will become x1 plus x2 by 2. So that becomes your 5 by 3 minus 2 by 3 whole divided by 2 comma minus 4 by 3 plus 7 by 3 whole divided by 2. Okay. So now here it will become 5 minus 2, which is nothing but your 3. 3 by 3 will become 1. So here we will be getting 1 by 2 comma, and here also minus 4 plus 7 plus 3 plus 3 by 3 will give you 1, and here you will be having the 2. So that becomes your 1 by 2. Okay. So the same midpoint. So whatever the midpoint O we got, so that is the midpoint for our AC also, right? So O is midpoint for AC. Fine. O is midpoint for AC. Now we need to find the diagonal. So we need to find the equation for the diagonal AC. So here we can take our A, which is nothing but our 0, 0 origin, and C, I mean instead of C you can take the midpoint. Why? Because that midpoint lies on the AC. So here we will be taking 0, which is of 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2. Clear everyone? Now we got the origin and the point. So here you can apply the point form in order to find your equation. That becomes your y minus 0 by 1 by 2 minus 0, which is equals to x minus 0 by 1 by 2 minus 0. So that is your y2 minus, y minus y1 by y2 minus y1 and x minus x1 by x2 minus x1. So coming to here, y by 1 by 2 equals to x by 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 cancel and y equals to x. Understood? So we got the equation of the another diagonal as the y equals to x. Clear everyone? So now moving to the next, the equation of one of these straight lines which passes through the point 1, 3 and makes an angle tan inverse of 2 with the straight line y plus 1 equals to 3 root 2 x is. So it means, first of all, we will be having one straight line. Okay, that straight line is passing through the, so consider this is your L1 is the line which is passing through the given point 1, 3 and it is making an angle of tan inverse of root 2 with the another line which is in the form of y plus 1 equals to 3 root 2 x. Okay. Now, they are asking us to find the equation of that line. So, in order to find the equation, we need the slope or the point. So, now we can take that given point, already point is given. So, we need to find the slope. So, what is the formula to find the angle between the lines? So, angle between the lines, tan theta will be given by, so we can use the formula of, so by 1 plus m1 m2. Okay, so here tan theta value will be your, theta value will be your tan inverse of root 2. Now place that here and you will be getting the slope from this. Okay, so I think you can do this question, so I am leaving it as the homework. Understood everyone? So how can we find the one of the slope? So here already they gave the theta value tan inverse of root 2. So you will be getting tan inverse of root 2 which is equals to, how can we find the slope of the another line? So if you take the one of the line y plus 1 equals to 3 root 2 x. Okay, so y equals to 3 root 2 x minus 1. Now if you observe this line, it is in the form of y equals to mx plus c. So from this, what is our slope will become? Slope m will become 3 root 2. Okay. So from the formula, we got already one of the slope. Clear everyone? So already we are having one of the slope. So you can place that in the formula and you can find the another slope. Understood? Now moving to the next, let the equations of two sides of a triangle be 3x minus 2y plus 6 equals to 0 and 4x plus 5y minus 20 equals to 0. If the other center of this triangle is at 1, 1, then find the equation of the third side. So they gave the two of the sides of the triangle and they gave the ortho center. So ortho center means it is nothing but the point of intersection of altitudes. Okay. So coming to here, so I am taking this is my point A and B and C. So I am taking two of the sides as 3x minus 2y plus 6 equals to 0 and another one you can take it as the 4x plus 5y minus minus 20 equals to 0. Understood? Now they gave that we are having the ortho center which is at, so which is at your point which is of 1, 1. Clear? Now observe here everyone. So altitude is the perpendicular, right? So now for the BC, if you find the perpendicular, then solving that perpendicular and the BC will give you the point A. Understood? Oh no. So solving that, first of all, we are just going to find the perpendiculars for our side BC and AB. Why? Because if you observe here clearly, the point of intersection of, so it means if you take the side BC and the perpendicular of your AB will give you the point C. Okay. And in the same way, if you take the side AB and the perpendicular of your BC, it will give you the point A. Okay. So for that reason, we are just going to solve. First of all, we will find what is the perpendicular for the given line, and then after we are just going to simplify. We are just going to solve those two sides in order to get the required points. Understood everyone? Yes. Now coming to here, we know that how can we find the perpendicular? So we can find the perpendicular by having the slope. So the perpendicular we are finding for the 4x plus 5y minus 20 equals to 0. That is having the slope which is of your, so just consider this is your point P and this is your point, I will use another color, so this is your point Q. Okay, so I am taking AP perpendicular to BC. Okay. Now, so we are having one of the point which is nothing but your orthocenter. So orthocenter lies on your perpendicular, right? So that becomes your point P. I mean, it is not your point. So point orthocenter, you can take it as your 1, 1, and slope M will become. So what is the slope will become? These two are the perpendicular. If you take the slope for the line BC, okay, slope for BC will be equals to your minus A by B. So that becomes your minus 4 by 5. Okay, which is nothing but your minus A by B. Understood? Now coming to here, we are going to get slope of AP will be equals to minus 1 by slope of your BC. Why? Because we are just going to take the product of slopes equals to minus 1 for the perpendicular lines. So now that becomes minus 1 by minus 4 by 5, which is nothing but your 5 by 4. Minus minus cancel. Clear everyone? So now coming to here, we can take, so we got the slope and we are having the point. So slope is the 5 by 4 and point is the 1, 1. Now that becomes y minus 1 equals to 5 by 4 into x minus 1. Clear? So now 4y minus 4 is equals to 5x minus 5. So that becomes your 5x minus 4y equals to, so here it is a minus 5 and plus 4 crossing, I mean minus 4 crossing equals to, it will become plus 4. So minus 5 plus 4 will give you minus 1. Okay, so 5x minus 4y minus 1 equals to 0. Understood? So the what is the equation of your AP? So AP equation we got as the 5x minus 4y minus 1 equals to 0. Clear? Now moving to the next, we are taking the CQ perpendicular to AB. Now what is the slope? M will become? M will become slope of AB equals to M, which is equals to minus 3 by minus 2. So that becomes your 3 by 2. Now slope of CQ equals to minus 1 by slope of AB. So that becomes your minus 1 by 3 by 2. So which is of minus 2 by 3. So we got the slope which is of minus 2 by 3 and we are already having a point that lies on the perpendicular. So that becomes y minus 1 which is equals to minus 2 by 3 into x minus 1. So 3y minus 3 which is equals to minus 2x plus 2. So now 2x plus 3y minus 5 equals to 0. Okay. So we got the equation of the CQ as the 2x plus 3y minus 5 equals to 0. Okay. So we got whatever the required 4 lines. So if you solve that required 2 lines, then you will get the point C and point A. Now we will solve 5x minus 4y minus 1 equals to 0 and 3x minus 2y plus 6 equals to 0. Then we will get the point A. Now, so we are just going to multiply our second equation with 2. So that becomes your 3 into 2, 6x minus 4y plus 12 equals to 0 and 5x minus 4y minus 1 equals to 0. Simplify it doing subtraction. So plus. So that becomes your x plus 13 equals to 0. Okay. Now x equals to minus 13. We got the x value. Now place that in one of the equation to get your y value. So we can take 3 into minus 13 minus 2y plus 6 equals to 0. Okay. So minus 39 minus 2y plus 6 equals to 0. So 2y equals to so I am taking my minus 2y to other side. So that becomes your plus 2y equals to 33. So y equals to, that becomes your 33 by 2. Okay. So we got the coordinates of our A as the 13 and 33 by 2. Now simplify the remaining 2, like your equations 2x plus 3y minus 5 equals to 0 and 4x plus 5y minus 20 equals to 0. And from there you will get the point C. Now solving. So for the equation 1, like for 2x plus 3y minus 5 equals to 0. You can multiply that with 2. So that becomes your 4x plus 6y minus 10 equals to 0. And next equation is your 4x plus 5y minus 20 equals to 0. So doing subtraction. So now minus 4x plus 4x and y and plus 20 minus 10. So that becomes your plus 10 equals to 0. Now y equals to minus 10. Okay. So now moving to the next. So this is for vertex A and this is for vertex C. Okay, you should be very clear. So what are the equations you are solving to get the required point? Now we got y equals to minus 10. Place that in any of the equation. So 2x plus 3 into minus 10 minus 5 equals to 0. So that becomes 2x minus 30 minus 5 equals to 0. 2x minus 35 equals to 0 and 2x equals to 35 and x equals to 35 by 2. Okay, so we got the coordinates of the both vertex A and vertex C. So you can use the 2-point form in order to find the equation of the required diagonal. Required side of the triangle. Okay, so that's all for today's class, everyone. And here I am ending the session with the Google form and the Telegram channel link. So if you are having any doubts and if you got the answer for your homework question, you can give the answer in the comment section. And if you are having any doubts, you can scan the Google form and you can ask your questions us directly, so that we can schedule the doubt sessions for you if you give the question in the Google form. Okay, moving to the next is the Telegram channel. So if you are very interested to know what are the things happening in Sri Chaitanya Academy, so kindly just scan that QR code for the Telegram and you can join the Telegram channel. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Bye everyone, take care. We will meet in our next class.